Good evening, everybody. How was everybody doing this evening? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh, I said I was done with Christmas, and then I get sucked right back in. Hello, Melissa and Diane and Sherry. How's everybody doing this evening? Say hi as you come in. Have a seat. Get a snack. We're going to do things a little bit different tonight. I think I already showed y'all this, but I'm not sure. Hello, Lynn. So just in case, we're going to do it twice. Hello, Wreathy. Hello, Miss G. So my aunt messaged me and said, hey, can you? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we're doing a traditional wreath with a cowboy twist. Isn't that fascinating? We're going to use some poinsettia ribbon and some plaid to make it, really traditional. All right. Everybody ready to get started? Let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started. Come on. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 15-inch mesh on the outside. So I'm not sure that I showed y'all this, but I have found for beginner wreath makers, this is far easier for them to do. Okay. So we're going to use 15 inches of mesh on the outside. Let me show you how this is going to work. We're going to roll this up and ruffle. And I tried this the other day. I was like, my mind got to working. I'm not sure that I showed y'all. I really like this fine weave mesh, y'all. How is everybody doing this evening? Nope, I cut it. It's 15 inches. Tina Kelly, what's going on? Everybody's so quiet. Why are we so quiet? We need to be chatty. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Anybody got big plans for Christmas? Oh, Lynn, guess what I did for the first time today? I still don't own one. I used a zip tie gun. Hey, Donna. Hey, Lori. Lori, did you find the sign you were looking for? This last ruffle, y'all, lift it up. I taught somebody how to use a zip tie gun today. I was teaching a class and I could tell that this person would do way far better using a zip tie gun, so I taught him how to use the zip ties. I mean, I'm still not ready to get myself one, Lynn, but it was nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our ribbon on the outside, y'all. And we cut it 14 inches. And the reason we cut it 14 inches because we're going to add more goodies. We're going to jackify this here in just a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and put our ribbon on. Are you wanting Christmas wreath kits from Unique in the Creek or the Ribbon Shed, or it doesn't matter? Hello, Margaret. It was nice, Lynn. I'm still not going to because I need to keep my hands as active as possible. Tina Kelly, does Unique in the Creek have any kits left? I know the Ribbon Shed has a Nutcracker kit left for Christmas. And I think some ribbon, some winter kits. That's the Ribbon Sheds link, and Tina Kelly can post Unique in the Creek for US. Please, Tina. Hello, Susan and Lisa. How are y'all doing this evening? And that answers that. Unique in the Creek only has the plush snowman kit left. Yeah, the Ribbon Shed's going to be releasing some winter kits here shortly. A couple of different snowman kits. All right. Now we got all our ribbon on. We're going to move to the center after I fix this real quick. Because that gap is bothering me. Okay. All right, so now we're going to cut 10 more pieces of mesh, 20 inches. Hello, Lily. How are you? Okay. So we cut 10 more pieces of mesh at 20 inches now for the inside. 15 inches on the outside, 20 on the inside, because I found that doing it this way, the ribbon lays better. So I think I showed y'all this the other day. I'm not sure. So in case I didn't, it's better to do it twice. I'm telling you, it's that titanium blade, Lynn. I know, we're changing it up because I found out that the mesh lays better. And because the mesh lays better, the ribbon lays better, which y'all will see here in a minute. I used to have them listed on my website, Lynn, but All right, that's it. I'm gonna go look for this real quick. Hold on a second. I found the vinyl with no problem from Deco Exchange. There's a link to it. All I did was search snowman face and it pulled right up. Then what is the one that everyone wants? There's like I can't even tell you how many different variants of snowman faces. Oh, well, you're not going to get that in the US without a copyright. Moving on, I tried to help. Hello, Miss Kim. How are you? Now I got to go see the difference. Y'all have me too curious at this point. Y'all are killing me here with curiosity. You know what they say? Me personally, I'd get my Cricut out and just make one out of vinyl. All right. Moving on, sorry. I'm just trying to be helpful here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put one piece of ribbon in each tie. We're going to alternate. We're all so quiet tonight. Y'all must be Christmas shopping. That's what you're doing. You're watching me and Christmas shopping at the same time. Am I right? Tina Kelly. Bad example. Bad example. Okay, for those that, can y'all tell how much better the ribbon lays? All right, let's get our cowboy boot on here, along with our one zip tie, because you know, I might get myself a zip tie gun for 2026. I might, just to shock y'all. Tina Kelly, shame on you. Here you are, you're supposed to be setting a good example. Okay, well that's not gonna get it. That's too low. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my little hole puncher here. And I'm gonna change my zip tie color because of that. And we'll go tan to make them a little bit more discreet. And we're gonna put a little hole up here in the top. And then we're gonna put one right here. And Kelly's over here go, well, at least I admit to being a bad example. All right, that's ready to go on, but we're gonna have to do our bow first. That way we can put our boot in the right spot. I love this Benny Harlequin ribbon, y'all. I'm in love with it. I loved it from the moment I first laid eyes on it. If I had a ribbon stash, I would get 2 rolls in every single color. You know who's missing? The other Tina's missing. Yeah, our firefighter's missing. We using some leftover ribbon too. Use the green so the poinsettia ribbon will really pop off of it. Y'all are so quiet. Tina. Mm. Mm. Have I told y'all lately that I'm tired of glitter? Just a lot. By the way, if y'all don't have one of these handy dandy things to pull your pipe cleaners through your wreath frame, you really need to get one. I forgot mine when I went to go teach class today, and not being able to get the pipe cleaner through that easy just about made me throw the board. Just for the record. Kim, what you want to do is you want to look up on Amazon, look for a very long yarn needle. I found some that are long. Well, no, actually, this came with it. Mine, and I got this years ago. But this is actually the protective thing for the needle, and it's got so you can hang it up. And they don't sell them anymore. I bought mine years ago, Tina Kelly, and I can't remember why I bought it, y'all. And it just so happened I had it when I started using the Unique and the Creek boards. Because, I mean, I knit, but not enough to run out and buy a needle. Because I haven't knitted anything in years, my friends. I'm talking years. All right, so we want to make sure that our boot is seen. Our boot. So that's why I put the bow on first, so I can place my boot. I sound like Lori when I say that. Boot. Because that sounds like how she would say it. Yep. I had thought about that too, Donna, to just get a little wood dowel and poke a hole, drill a hole in the end of it. Make your own. No, Tina, it came with this. Came just like that. And when a lot of people saw mine, they wanted one like it, and they don't sell them anymore, so. And apparently they just kind of want you to stab yourself with a needle, because I haven't been able to find any yarn needles with a protective cover, so. But mine's metal, and most of the ones that you find now are plastic, so. Yeah, I looked all over the internet to find anything similar to what I have. And it just don't exist, my friends. No, a needle for leather, Lynn, is actually really sharp. Because, yeah, you can get a very long leather needle, but they are sharp. Well, we recommend a yarn needle, because a yarn needle doesn't have the necessity to be sharp. That's a good idea too, Melissa. Just take an old pin and take it apart. Do. I hope this is my last time doing anything with glitter. an upholstery needle. So when you get one of these, they're actually a little bit difficult to find picks. So you kind of just have to get inventive, my friends, and look. So on your Bayleaf pick, you're kind of going to have to sort, because this one's long and that one's shorter. And there's a reason to sort. We're going to sort these out and put the shorter ones together because they don't need to be cut down, but these do. So we're going to cut 3 leaves off, basically, at the bottom. I'm specifically looking for the shorter ones right now because I only need 3 more. Oh, tired of glitter. Glitter in my hair, glitter in my bed, all over my face, all over my bath. Y'all. I'm really tired of glitter. All right. So what we're going to do, we are going to add some spirals first. And I have this really nice plaid mesh that we're going to use. It's just a nice Christmas. And the reason that I only do spirals with this mesh is because it's kind of pricey. So I save it to add basically highlights and texture to a wreath. And then that way it goes further. And we're going to cut these 10 inches. And we're just going to cut 10 of them because that's all we need. All right, so we're going to put these on the outside. And as we put these in on the outside, we're going to fix our ribbon, because now we're at the point where we're polishing our wreath up, finishing it. So we're going to, which this plaid will look really good because we're making a traditional looking wreath in color. So adding a little more plaid never hurt nobody. We're going to get our ribbon looking good, folks. I've also found that when I've been working with beginners, that when it's just best to fix the ribbon at the end, because then otherwise they spend their time focused on fixing the ribbon. So this is, we're doing the finishing. Now we're polishing our wreath. I think that it's important, since I teach people how to make wreaths, that I focus on my students' needs over my abilities. Because I think the greatest ability in life is when you're a teacher is you adjust to what your students need so that they will improve. I had a teacher teach me that lesson the hard way, because she believed if you didn't understand it the way that she taught it, you're either lazy or you're an idiot. And unfortunately, I flunked her class. But then I went back to, when I went to summer school to take it, because I was a good student. And I went to summer school to take it because I wasn't going to accept that. She was not the teacher of the class. And the way that the other teacher explained it, I totally understood it and aced the class. Well, I have this neat little tool that'll give you a nice diameter. When you're rolling spirals, and make them consistent for those of you that are new. Some of you have seen this. It's from Monkey's Creations. It's a mesh roller. And you just take that mesh roller and roll that mesh and then whoop, pop it out. But you can kind of make the diameter whatever you want. This is a good guideline. Some people, and this is, but the problem is with the using, some people use the mesh roller, it doesn't pop out as easy. I just roll mine up like so. Because I like my spirals a little bit looser. The mesh roller is good for like if you're wanting to do like a really good woodland ruffle. That's strange. Sometimes tools make things easier, but once again, here I am. I've been doing things for so long before nice tools came along. I'm just, you know, kind of got used to doing it my way. Plus, my thing is, I'm not expanding my business. Like, I'm here to teach. And I do, you know, sell my wreaths, but the ones that I teach. Other than that, I don't make wreaths like I used to all the time. I see some tools, I'm like, I'd like to have that, but there's no reason for me to invest in it. Okay, so we're going to start first. Now we're going to go to the inside with our bay leaves and our red picks to kind of brighten it up. Now, if you want to, you can cut the pipe cleaners. I just take them and tuck them to where they're not seen because it's just quicker. Because we're not going to need them anymore. But because the red does bounce off the green, and it's really bright, we really want those out of sight, out of mind. Most of the time when I make my spirals, though, I'm using the end of the roll, so basically it's already rolled up for me. All right, we're going to lay the bay leaves down first. Make sure when you cut your picks or anything like that, that you're leaving enough tip to spike down into the mesh to hold your pick. And once we put the red on there, it'll really pop. Now the whole reason we go ahead and we put picks under our bow is to help hold our ribbon tails up. I don't understand, Lynn. Why do you need to mark the middle? I'm kind of like Tina Kelly, like, what? I feel like there's some kind of explanation I need, Lynn. Because I'm not mentally understanding the why. That's what I was fixing to say. That's just being like anal retentive. I thought I was picky, but now I'm thinking, you win. It's so blingy, y'all. I'm gonna have to put some red and green on the outside. Um, I say that if you can't perfectly match up colors, use 3 different shades if possible, like gold. If you can't match up the gold, use 3 different shades of gold. That way it looks like you did it on purpose. Kind of wishing I had some pine picks, but I'm totally out and I'm not buying any more for the season. Let's see if I can make these a little bit more lively. These don't look lively enough to me here in the center, y'all, so let me see if I can kind of move some stuff around here. They're just a little, I don't know, dreary looking to me. Kind of lifeless and flat. Kind of weaving the leaves into each other. That way it kind of like looks like a, I don't know, more incorporated together. Way it doesn't look as flat. There, that's much better. Okay, now I'm satisfied. It's a cowboy boot wreath. In traditional colors, my friends. All right, everybody. You have a great rest of your weekend. I am going to do the same